Hello YouTube and welcome to Kyle's Aquatics and More. I just wanted to make a video for you guys today to show you how to do a fishless cycle. Basically, you've got your new aquarium. You need to get your water right before you're going to add fish into it. Otherwise, you're going to have high ammonia, which is going to kill your fish, nitrite, which will also kill your fish, and eventually, especially during the cycling process, nitrate tends to build up pretty quickly. Also dangerous to your fish in high levels. So basically, how do I do it? There's a couple different options for you to do fishless. You could set up your aquarium, get your filters going, and throw in any type of ammonia source, such as a shrimp, dead fish, just cutting like fish you buy from the store. That'll provide an ammonia source for your aquarium. I have a better method that I think works a lot more efficiently, a lot quicker. What I do is I feed my tank with fish food, but what I do is I add snails into the aquarium. I'm not talking about your tropical snails. I'm talking about your pond snails. What happens here is, as you can see, there's some food on the bottom. So what they're doing, they're extremely hardy, very available. You can find them in any local pond here in the US. They're just everywhere. Or if you have another tank, you probably have them if you have a planted tank like I do. And I just move them over from my other planted tanks, and they're great because they're so hardy. Try and focus here for you. What they're doing is you can actually see their poop. They're just basically acting as the fish here. They're eating the food. They're pooping, which is starting the ammonia cycle, which is the very first step in getting your aquarium cycled. So I don't know if you guys can see, I'm trying to zoom in, but there it is right there. See the little strings there? That's the snail poop. And that's right there, that big blotch is a pellet, a sinking pellet. And so I've already got the process started here. It's very easy, it's very simple. It's safe. These pond snails can tolerate extreme conditions. I know from having them for so long, and they proliferate very quickly. I know you might have some concerns about, oh well, these snails are going to take over my aquarium, and in some cases they kind of do, but that's not necessarily because there's a problem with them just breeding. It means that there's enough food source in the aquarium for them to continually breed. And they're a great addition to your tank. I'm definitely a big advocate of pond snails, or common snails such as those. They're going to eat all your dead, all your extra food that your fish don't get to. They're going to break down your plants that are dying, dead plant matter. They eat all kind of detritus in your tank. So they're really going to help your tank keep clean. They're basically part of your cleanup crew. And I understand they can, proliferate and get on your glass. Well, that's an indicator. That's an indicator in your tank that you have too much nutrients in it. You either got plants that are dying and we're not removing the clippings. You're overfeeding, and a lot of that food's getting in the gravel, because these snails are not going to proliferate past the point of there being a source of food for them to consume. They're not just going to take over. I have had them in my tank, like, look over here at my 36 gallon. You got 3 right there on the glass, and I've had this tank up for about a year now, and no, they're just not going crazy. There's some up there in the plants and stuff, but it doesn't detract from the beauty of the aquarium. If anything, I think it makes it look a little bit more natural. Of course, you're entitled to your opinion on how, whether you want snails, whether you don't want snails. Maybe you want to do this cycle, but you want to get rid of the snails later. My recommendation at that point is to go with assassin snails. Definitely, I've used those in the past before I became such a pond snail advocate, and they will basically eat hunt down and eat all of the snails in your tank. Now they do breed while they're eating the snails, but once the snail population is gone, they will stop breeding. They're a lot easier to remove. They will also continue to live in your aquarium and eat leftover food and meaty matter. So like if you do lose a fish or something, they will consume the fish pretty quickly, but I've never seen them attack a live fish. They're just too slow. But I just wanted to kind of give you guys a video here on how to do a fishless cycle and just kind of the benefits of having snails in your aquarium as a cleanup crew. If you have any questions, comments, anything else, you know, any other videos you'd like me to do, or suggestions on what you would like to see, just leave it in the comments, and don't forget to like my video. Have a great day.